Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, where we delve deep into the world of real estate with your host, the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Eddie Ruettiger.
And it's another Wednesday morning here at WJOL. In studio, of course, is Nancy Vallee and myself from Exit Real Estate Specialist. And I guess I should introduce myself.
Who are you?
It's Eddie Ruettiger.
Oh.
That's who I am. How was your vacation? Your little weekend?
Too short.
I'm sorry.
Too short. But 72, partly sunny all weekend.
I want to go back to Sacramento. I don't blame you.
I was like, John, if we walk really slow, we'll miss the plane.
Well, I am glad you are back. It was a long weekend for me with you gone.
I know, it's heck being me, isn't it?
It is. But it was okay. I survived. It wasn't too crazy, honestly. But wanted to talk today about buyers. I want to start off with first-time buyers breaking into the market. So, because this is a struggle right now. You know, the cost of living has gone up from gas to eggs to everything else out there. And housing's not immune from these inflationary aspects. So I think we need to go back old school. You said last week that buyers have it harder today than they are the generation before them or the grandparents' generation. And I agree with that.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. But one mistake I saw made with my generation.
Mm-hmm.
In the early 2000s, they wanted to, when I started in real estate, they all wanted to buy what mom and dad had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not how mom and dad, and that's not how grandma and grandpa got there.
No, that's definitely not how grandma and grandpa got there.
No.
First-time homes were fixer-uppers, or were tiny, or were,
They were a first-time starter home.
they were a starter home.
And that's the misconception. Don't think you're buying a house forever, because you're not statistically.
Right.
You're probably buying a house that's going to fit your lifestyle for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years tops, especially if you're young.
Yeah.
Because you change jobs, you get married, divorced, whatever. I mean, you're living life.
Yeah.
So the chances of you staying in that first home for, I would say, 6, 8 years tops.
Buy your starter home as fast as possible. I'm going to go back to one of my clients. Bought a house at 18 years old. Now, is it a house? No. It's a 2-bedroom condo.
Mm-hmm.
But that 2-bedroom condo he got for $125,000. That 2-bedroom condo he could probably sell for $175 to maybe $200. I haven't ran numbers for him in a while.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That is just huge.
So you're either selling it and using it for the next home, or you're using it as rental property.
I think he would do rental property for him if
Yeah.
he could. He could actually. His HOA had a requirement. You have to reside in the house for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
And then you can rent it out.
But
So
again, you have options.
it gives him options.
You have options.
Yeah.
And you're making money.
So with that being said, don't be so fixated on getting the perfect home for the forever home. Be fixated on getting the perfect home for right now. It's a starting point. It's to build equity. It's to get you moving farther and faster.
Right.
With that, expand your search to find more affordable options. Because like I said, we talked about this. This is not an easy market to buy a house in.
No.
Rates are not always down. They're like a yo-yo right now, up and down, and not enough on the down.
Agree.
And we know prices are up, and they're going higher. So looking outside for other aspects. Here in our market, The most simplest explanation to that is the farther you get from Chicago, the cheaper it gets.
Yes, without a doubt.
So look at those options, look at those areas that,
That you're going to get more bang for the buck.
yeah. Look
Yeah.
at a duplex, look at a townhouse.
Yeah.
Maybe a single family's not what you need. Can you do the lawn maintenance? Can you do all of those things? Do you have time to shovel the driveway, cut the grass,
Yeah. Maybe you don't want to.
pick the weeds? Lord knows I don't want to.
Nor do we. Part of homeownership. But
I
that's
know.
the thing you have to determine is what time and effort are you willing to put into this home? Because you are spending this money on it, you need to keep it up.
Yeah.
You can't let it just fall apart.
Yeah, but the central aspect is there are smart moves you can make as a first-time home buyer. And those are the two things that if you're a first-time home buyer, get your mindset into, I want to buy a house and stop paying rent.
Yes. You will thank yourself in the long run.
The other aspect on this is that owning a home is going to shield you, hopefully, may shield you, from inflation. Because all these rising costs that we've seen, one of the rising costs that we've been seeing is the cost of housing going up. So
Yes.
historically, as you see the cost of housing go up, that's causing inflation to go up. Having a fixed mortgage protects you from that inflation. That rent you're paying, the landlord's calculating in things are going to break, and things are going to break and cost more money.
And insurance is going to cost more, and all kinds of things go
Taxes
into the
go up.
cost.
Yep.
Yeah, taxes go up.
Yep.
So you know your rent's going to go up.
So at least you lock in your principal and your interest aspect of your payment. So, looking at the Census Bureau, in the 1990s, rent went up 2.9%, while inflation went up 2.3%. 2000s, rent up 4.4%. Inflation was 1.9%. 2010, rent went up 3.6%. Inflation was 1.5%. 2020, rent went up 10.2%. Inflation was 1.4%. 2021, all right, 4.7 was inflation, 9.7 was rent. We're getting into supply and demand problem here, is what it is.
Yep.
2022, 4.7% increase in inflation, 7.5% rental increase. 2023, 3.2 inflation, 11.6% rental increase. 2024, 4.4% rental increase, 2.8% inflationary increase. Now, for those that are going out there saying, well, they're gouging this and that, are they? Because that's the overall inflation. Inflation on wood went up huge. Most houses need wood to be making repairs. Inflation in cement and on building products were dramatically huge.
Yeah. Like during the pandemic, a cost of a pound of nails,
Yep.
ridiculous.
So the rental increases, well, if you look at it compared to the inflation rate itself, look dramatic. But if you had the inflation rate of the housing costs, might not be so dramatic, I think. Home prices typically rise faster than inflation also. This is the hedge against inflation.
Yes.
So the average inflation rate, again, 1992.3, home prices went up 3.1. Mind you, in 1991 we had a recession and we had a downturn in the market. Home prices went up 3.5% in the early 2000s. Inflation was 1.9. 2010. Now this is in the middle of the housing crisis, in the middle of the Great Recession. Inflation was 1.5%. Housing prices still went up 3.1 in 2010. The tens, the teens.
In the middle of all that mess. Yeah.
By the time that decade finished off 3.1% higher.
Right there should tell you something.
So we had lost all of that and gained it all back by the end of 2020, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, getting into the individual years, average home price appreciation, inflation in 2020 was 1.4. Home prices went up 10.2. 2021, our favorite year, 4.7 is the inflation rate. Home prices went up 18.3. 2022, 4.7 is the inflation, 7.8 was home price increases. 3.2 was the inflation rate for 2023. 5.5 was the home price thing. You are beating inflation every moment.
Yep.
When you looked at the first 4 decades going in and you're looking at the last 4 years individually, you're beating inflation. 2024, 5.8 was the home price increase and 2.8 was the inflation rate. Housing is the hedge against inflation. Historically, I'm sure there's a year or two out there where it's an exception to the rule. But overall, look at the trend line. We talk about trend lines all the time on the show. It's the trend line you follow. It's like my new word for the year. It's
Trend line?
Trend line.
Okay. Trend line.
I'm just saying.
A couple of years ago it was boats.
So if you are planning to move, you should get on it now as a buyer, because there is a record percentage of buyers planning to move in 2025. You haven't seen this, you said.
Yeah, I haven't seen this article.
Okay. Yeah. So according to a recent NerdWallet survey, 15% of people are planning to buy a home this year. That's actually a record high for the survey that they do. 2020, 9, 21, 11%, 22, 11%, 23, 10%, 24, 11%, 2025, 15%.
So 15% of the people they
surveyed
okay,
are looking to move this year in the next 12 months.
Interesting.
It's been hovering between 9 and 11%. And I think you're hitting that wall. We've talked about this, that people are short-term beings. They can hold off on a short term for a while. But you look at all those people that got shut out in the 2021 market because those prices went up 18 point something %.
Yeah.
They're coming back to the market.
Well, then the interest took such a big giant jump, so then people held back.
Yep.
Now they're getting used to this new interest rate. Things are starting to adjust, so now they're ready. They got to go. Life goes on.
Yep, life finds a way. It moves forward. And that's the thing. According to the same NerdWallet survey, more than half, 54% of those potential buyers have already started looking for homes online.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many people. Does it say how many people are in the survey? It does not.
Yeah, I wish I could get some more information about the survey.
I wish I could get the name and phone numbers of those buyers.
Truth.
Just saying.
Truth.
Would love to help you. It's what I'm here for. I'm looking to help you. So, I mean, sit down and think and put your plan together. It is time. If it is time for you, sit down and put your plan together. What is your plan?
Yeah, and don't wait for 2 months before you're ready to move. A year before you're ready to move, get your plan. Start
your
really
team.
thinking about it.
I
Get
think
your
you
team.
I think you start with your team. You find the realtor you like. Your realtor needs to be able to work with your lender and work with your lawyer, because we are in a lawyer market. For
Yeah.
those that are listening in other markets, that not every market has lawyers at the closing table. Here in the Chicago region, we have lawyers at the closing
Yes,
table.
we're very attorney heavy.
Yes.
Yes.
So my point of view is have an attorney on the other side. You should have an attorney on your side.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I'm just saying, it's just you want to have a fair playing field. So with that being said, get those pegs in place. The realtor and the lender, I think, are the two bigger ones. The lawyer comes into play really after you have a contract in place.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
you want to have somebody in the back of your head, or your lender and or agent will know attorneys that they deal with all the time and can recommend.
So once you get that done and you're comfortable with your team, the pre-approval is next.
Yes.
Get that pre-approval done. Once you have your pre-approval done, all right, you need to start banking your pay stubs and banking all the documentation that needs to get updated.
Get all your documentation in order.
Yeah. So because you're going to give them all this documentation for the pre-approval letter. But are we looking for 6 weeks, 6 months, or 12 months, and we're going to buy? We don't know. So ask the lender, okay, what will you need me to get to you for updating this pre-approval letter?
Yes.
So now you start banking that data and that document so it's easy to get to, easy to find, easy to have.
Yep.
And then you start your search and you start looking.
Because it might take you a while. In all honesty,
Yeah.
inventory is still low.
Yeah. It's higher than it was, but it's
Higher,
still low.
But it's still low. It's still only what 1.7 months supply in Shorewood,
last
something
week,
like that. Last week,
1.4.
1.4. So that's low.
Yeah.
So it might take you a while to find what it is you're looking for. So be prepared for that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and I know everybody's talking, it's a 25% increase in inventory nationally. Yeah, but nationally we had one. So maybe that's not a fair, easy thing. Let's say we had 4 and we went to 5. There's your 25% increase in homes. I mean, keep that in mind. So, it's like having 16 units and we went to 20. There's a 25% increase in homes.
Yeah. So while it's going in the right direction, we have to be realistic about,
That's why you got to have that pre-approval letter.
Got to be ready.
You got to be ready. Pull that trigger and just.
Got to really have a good idea what you want. You got to have your pre-approval. You need to have everything set.
So you wanted to talk about Minooka.
I did. We haven't talked about Minooka.
We have not talked about Minooka in some time, and it's an interesting little scenario. So the median sales price is $371,750 for Minooka. Looking at the average is $381,684. So original list price that's being received is up 9.9%. That's to $404,998. So that's original average list price. Original list price received. The original list price on the median that they're receiving is $385, and that's up 10%. Market time in Minooka, looking at the median, is 13 days. That's no change from last year. It was 13 days in January of last year. The average is 34 days, and that's up 13.3% from 30 days. So big difference between the median and the average.
Yeah.
So I think the average can get skewed very easily, where the median is a lot more targeted in, if I remember correctly from my math classes. Last list price to close, they're getting 100% of asking, though no change there. On the average side, they're getting 99.2%. That's down 1.2%. So tad bit of negotiation going on in Minooka. I'd be looking at the average there, just kind of figuring it out. Percent of original list price on the average, you're looking at, we're still crunching numbers, 98.5. This is from the original list price. On the average, they're getting 98.5. That's actually up 0.3%. They were getting 98.2, so it's getting a little tighter in the negotiations if you're looking at it from that aspect in Minooka.
Still, that's showing room. There's room.
There's room.
It's tiny.
And the median shows a little room too. It's 0.6, down 0.6 to 99.4. It was at 100% last year. They're getting at full asking price. This year they're basically getting a half a point off.
Yeah. So you're getting a buck or two.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, 100,000. I'm going to get it for 99.5.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm saving $500 for every 100,000. Is basically, if you look at it that way. But overall, you're probably still getting into multiple offers, and you're still competing. You know, that's the average. So you've got to look at your own unique situation with what the properties are doing in Minooka.
Yeah.
So contract to close, 40 days, up 5.3%. The median is looking at 36 days from contract to close. So that's pretty consistent. Historically, it's always around 30 to 40 days. Listing to contract, that's the big number. How many days, basically, are we looking at listing to contract? 22 days. And that's no change on the average. When you're looking at the medium listing to contract, we're looking at 9 days, and that also has no change. My favorite number that we look at to what's going on in the market, and that is month supply. Now, month supply is up 8.3% to 1.3 months supply. Sure, it was 1.4 last week.
Yeah.
So looking at January, last year it was in Minooka, it was 1.2, and the year before it was 1. So it went up 20%, then it went up 8.3%. So you've got basically 28.3% more supply than what you had in 2023.
Yes. So it's in the right direction.
Yes, we're getting more supply on homes. It's going in the right direction. And keep in mind, we're looking at resale, by the way, today for Minooka of only single family. I'm not looking at townhomes. I'm not looking at duplexes. It's a whole nother breed. I wanted to look at only the single family today.
Yeah, and just resale, not new construction.
No new construction is involved in that number. That's huge. So there's 10 single family homes available at the end of January for sale. New listings, there was 116 new listings that came on in January, down 7.9% from last year's 126. Under contracts, how many houses sold in January? 86 units, down 12.2%. I think the interest rates are really holding off, and the weather has been nasty in January. December wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. But January's been horrible.
Well, and in the beginning of February, we've had little bouts of snow and then super cold. And
closed sales, 88 closed units. That's down 9.3%. That just kind of goes back to what was going on with everything in December. I don't do that one. I don't like price per square foot because I think that gets us too pigeonholed.
Yeah.
Showings to contract, on average, 9 showings on the median to getting a contract. Looking at the average number of showings is 11, so that is down 31.3% from last year on the average. Showings per listing, and this is my number to give me an idea of traffic, 6.4%. Down 22%. So traffic's a little soft right now in Minooka. That's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
That's surprising. When you look at how many units went under contract in the month of January, I'm surprised you're only getting 6.4 or whatever it was. It's 86 houses went under contract. So not a huge amount of volume. 6.4 showings per listing. So you're still getting a good amount. And when you look at the market time on the median, that 6.4 showings is over 13 days.
Well, I think it goes to the point that if you're out in this weather, if you're out in December, January, you are not tire kicking.
You're not tire kicking.
You want a house.
Yeah.
And I think those numbers speak to that.
Yeah. All right, we're going to take a hard break, and when we get back from the break, home price growth is moderating, and we want to talk about that. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
It's Get Real with Eddie, where everyone deserves the opportunity of home.
All right, so if you're a first-time home buyer and you're looking to buy a house, what does the growth moderating mean for you? Why is this good, Nancy?
If you're getting a home and you're purchasing, you want that moderation so that you can catch up, and it makes affordability. Yeah. It's all about affordability.
Yeah, it's getting back to more of a normal pace. All right, we're still way ahead of where it was in 2019, I think. Mm-hmm. But it's still just a normal pace. For example, in November, year-over-year increases in home prices was just 3.8% nationally, according to Case-Shiller. All right, that's a far cry from the spike of double digits in 2001 and in 21 and 22. That we were seeing. So I mean, the price is very market to market. You really need to look at what's going on the market to market aspect. Selma Heap, chief economist at CoreLogic, regional variance persists as some affordable areas, including smaller metros in the Midwest, remain in high demand and continue to see upward home price pressures. So
Rockford.
Looking at Rockford. We talked about that, last week.
Yeah.
So home price appreciations, the Pacific is up 0.4%. So this is month over month percent change in home values seasonally adjusted for November. So for October to November. So these numbers are going to seem small, but they're actually rather big when you look at it. Because it's only 1 month. Pacific area went up 0.4%. The mountain area went up 0.7%. West North Central went up 0.9%. West South Central is down 0.4%. East North Central is even. East South Central is down 0.6%. The New England area is up 0.9%. All right, Mid-Atlantic is 0.2%. And South Atlantic is 0.5%. And if I'm correct, we are West North Central.
We were
So we
east or central.
What's that?
I thought we were east
Are we east?
or central. We're east of the Mississippi. Isn't that how they break it out?
No, it's not on the. It's not that. I don't think so. See, I like it when they do it on a map, showing the areas.
I know, like how they break that out.
Break that out. Yeah.
Yep.
But still, I mean, because our values are going up, so I don't think we're East Central. If we are, we're dead even.
But again, our micro market is a little bit different than
The regional market.
the regional market.
That's true. Our micro market is a little different than the regional market. It makes a big difference on where we're at with everything. And
just like growth and stuff in Will County, Will and Grundy for that matter.
yeah,
You know, there's a lot of growth.
yeah, it makes a huge difference. So getting into all of this, that gets you into the fact that since appreciation is slowing, it's going to be a little easier to buy a house. Instead of the house going up 10 or 20%, and you're seeing all these houses that are coming on, and the next one is $5,000 or $10,000 more, you're gonna okay. If you miss the first one, odds are you might get the second one, and the second one's gonna probably come up at the same price as the first one. Not $5,000 more, not $10,000 more, not $20,000 more, but the same price.
Yes, or just very incrementally.
Yeah. So I mean.
And when I was running numbers for a client yesterday, that's what I was seeing. Where I was doing a CRM, and I'm noticing in the last 3 months, 3 to 6 months, you get houses in a subdivision that are fairly, alike. So pretty much same model, same whatever. Maybe there's a few variances, but very little. Right on the money. They're closing same amount of money,
Yeah.
like 2, 3, 4 houses 6 months apart. Yeah.
And this gets into the aspect of why not buy the fixer-upper?
Yeah.
Why not buy the house that you could get some equity in? I mean, honestly, it makes a huge difference to get a property that is going to give you the ability to fix it up.
Right. Well, you're going to put your personality into that house. This is on, what you want out of it.
I agree. I completely agree. And it's going to be what you can, develop. So what is a fixer-upper? A fixer-upper is a home that is livable but requires some renovations. Think cosmetic updates like wallpaper removal, new flooring, and some
Pink
extensive
plastic
repairs.
tile. Pink plastic tile in the bathroom.
The pink plastic tile in the bathroom.
Yep.
Replacing a roof or updating plumbing. So this is a fixer-upper. So, were you ever a big wallpaper person? My mom was a big wallpaper border individual at one point.
There was a time in the early 90s where borders were in,
Huge.
and I have to admit, I did some borders. I did a little paper. I have paper in my powder.
So
I like paper strategically placed, not wall to wall every room like my mom did, but
yeah. Then we went to the feather painting. Did you ever see that? Where it's like two
dude, do you know how much of that painting I did? Sponge painting, feather painting. You take newspaper and yeah. all that stamping, painting stuff. Yeah.
That was actually kind of cool. I didn't mind that because it was easy to paint over. You could just paint right over it.
Yeah, the problem was is that you could see if you got the paint too gloppy.
Yeah.
Then when you painted over it a solid color, you'd have to paint like 3 times to get it smooth again, or you could see the paint.
Yes, because you saw the pattern that you had in
Yeah.
there. Yeah. So, all right. So while fixer-uppers need a little TSC, here's why many may be worth consideration right now. They're usually having a lower price point because repairs are involved. These homes are usually less expensive, upfront, move-in ready options. According to a survey from Storage Cafe, fixer-uppers come with a price tag that are about 29% lower. That's a big difference.
Now, you know you're going to have to put money into it, so of course it's going to be lower.
Yeah.
But whatever you can use as sweat equity, you're going to make the money back. You know, that's where you save the money, is your own ability to fix it up.
Yeah, you doing the work.
Yeah.
You doing it makes a huge difference. Less competitive. When you're ready to make an offer, you're less likely to deal with competing offers from other buyers who are focused on move-in ready. Possibly. You do have the aspect that you're going to be competing against investors, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I look at that other house that we made the offer on 2 weeks ago. And that house was way below market value. 1/3 of what the market value was, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And it had 56 offers on it. You know a majority of that was investors.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They are hungry, they are looking, and they are trying to find their next golden egg. So you may or may not be in a less competitive offer. It just all depends. Build equity faster. This is true. You can build up your equity a lot faster. Mortgage Report notes, if you're a house hunter who's not afraid of sweat equity, buying a fixer-upper could be your ticket to home ownership. Doing so could lead to big savings, even in some of the nation's largest and most popular housing markets. Plus, adding the right features could help your investment. Nancy, I have a question.
Okay.
Because we've said it twice, and just for those that don't know.
Yes.
What is sweat equity?
Sweat equity is what you and your family, friends put into that home. So your time and your talents to actually do the fixing.
You're doing the work. You're not paying
do
somebody.
the work.
Yeah. So you could save a lot of money by doing the work yourself.
Perfect example. My son, his first home. He and his wife live out in Iowa. Was getting quotes for a new deck, and they have a huge deck, the whole length of their house. Big, ginormous deck. It's beautiful. They were getting quotes for $25,000, $28,000, $30,000. My son lost his mind. He's like, there is no way. But being the engineer he is, and being he wasn't super talented, he kind of knew, but he had a couple of friends to show him the way. $6,000 in supplies and a whole summer lost, but he got that $30,000 deck. And I'll tell you what, he put lights in it, he stripped it all the way down, he had to take down the posts, the everything, stripped it all the way down and rebuilt that deck by himself, by and large.
Wow, that's huge.
Took him all summer, but I'll tell you what, it's impressive. He did a really good job.
Yeah. The other thing is too, is when you do a job like that, because you're the one that did it, you're not afraid to fix anything that a screw gets out of place, because you know every inch of that deck.
Yes.
Oh, wait, you're not afraid to dive right back into it.
Yeah, there's a 1/16 of an inch with this little light over here. I'm like, dude, you can't even see it.
Yeah.
Just walk away, okay?
Yeah. Big picture, Ben. Big picture. So.
But the pride you get in that, and the confidence to attack the next job.
Yeah, I agree. It's huge.
You know?
It's huge. All right, I want to talk more about what you need to know about fixer-uppers and how to attack those jobs after the break. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists. And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
Are you ready to make your next move in real estate? Look no further than Exit Real Estate Specialists, your innovative leader in the industry. At Exit, we're not just about transactions. We're about building relationships and fulfilling dreams. Step into a community of empathetic, well-trained professionals dedicated to your success. Our Exit Real Estate professionals are more than just agents. They're your trusted advisors and allies in the journey of buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Whether you're selling your home or searching for your next investment, trust Exit to provide an excellent experience from start to finish. Our commitment to putting people first means you receive personalized attention and support, ensuring your real estate goals are met with success. Call us today at 815-823-5478 or visit exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Exit Real Estate Specialists, exceeding your expectations every step of the way.
Doing everything for you except the moving, and be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, so you were talking about the fact of knowing what to do and that kind of getting that plan. And that's the biggest, I think, thing with fixer-uppers.
Yes.
Having a game plan.
Having a game plan, knowing who you can rely on to give you some help. I mean, I'm telling you, YouTube is the best thing that ever happened to DIY ever.
Yeah.
Because you can use YouTube to figure out pretty much anything. But having somebody with some kind of working knowledge is also very helpful about tools and what you need to do and how to fix a certain issue. But getting that plan ready when you're walking through before you make that offer and really get an idea of what you're going to need to do with that home
Absolutely.
and how much it's going to cost realistically.
The next thing is prioritizing repairs and upgrades. Don't stress yourself out about thinking you have to get it all done up front. All right, space it out, figure it out, and prioritize a plan, time frame, and a budget for it.
Budget is huge. That's what I said. You got to figure out realistically how much the stuff's going to cost, what you can live with right now versus, oh my God, we got to roll up this carpet right away because the former resident smoked for 40 years in the family room.
Oh.
You know, that kind of thing where you just yuck. So you just got to do it. So you just one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
So keep in mind your location, because location matters also. You want the money you're spending to fix up the house to be worth the investment, so make sure the home is in an area that's increasing in value. Home values, amenities, are those items that the locals love. All right. So are you close to parks, restaurants, things like that? You know, we have a huge group of individuals that are always looking for water rights and things along those lines.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, location matters when you're buying the house. You know, so this is before you even get into fixing it up. Make sure you're getting a good location. School districts obviously fall into this because school districts are huge here.
Yes.
So, part of that plan absolutely must, I said must, include hiring a home inspector.
And this isn't just for fixer-uppers.
No, this is for any buyer.
This is for any buyer, but especially a fixer-upper.
Yeah. You need to hire that inspector. Not because you need to renegotiate your deal to get things. You need to know what needs to be done, and you need to prioritize that list. Odds are you got a good price on the house, and it was probably as is, and you don't get to negotiate anything on the inspection. But you should still have the inspection for 2 reasons. Reason number 1 is you need that to-do list that comes out of the inspection.
Yes.
Reason number 2 is you need to know, is there a deal-breaking issue? Is there a structural issue, a water penetration issue, something that is just so large, the cost of it is not worth doing this deal now.
Right. That it's just way above your knowledge base or ability to fix, and then you don't have the money for it. Super important. Could be a foundation issue, could be some kind of water issue, water tiles, anything like that.
And this gets into the last issue is budget for the surprises. You do that home inspection, you're going to limit your surprises, but you're still going to have issues you run into. Yeah. You know, the old thing about when you're doing a budget for home renovations, you talk to any home renovation, they tell you, okay, add 10% on just in case.
Always 10%.
Yeah. So, because they rarely go as planned. You're going to run into something that's going to be costing you extra money.
That's the understatement of a lifetime.
So, because it's going to be an increase of time and or materials or both.
Yes. Guaranteed.
So, if you're doing these things, buying a fixer-upper could have just huge benefits and increase that equity growth faster for you.
Oh, yeah. I had a client not that long ago bought a real fixer-upper. Okay, a challenge. But he's in the trades.
Okay.
So he knew the lingo. He knew what he was looking at. He realized, and he has the friends and the connections to help him fix it up. So it was okay for him. But that's what you have to weigh in when you're looking at these fixer-uppers.
No, you have to weigh in what the repair costs are going to be, what the price you're getting the house is, and what the current market value, what the after repair market value will be.
Yes.
So, so that ARM, after repair value, ARM, is what the abbreviation that a lot of uses, and a lot of flippers, that's what they go by. So this is how a flipper goes into this. The difference is where you can beat out somebody that's a flipper, most of them are looking to make 20 to 30 grand profit, and they have to resell right away, so they got to figure another 10% on cost of resale. Well, you might not need a 30 grand equity. You might be happy with 20 grand equity.
Yeah.
So, I mean, keep that in mind when you're looking at your numbers, and you may have to put a bid on 3 or 4 of these and miss out on 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Till you figure out where the market is and what's going on and where to play everything correctly to get the best deal.
Yes.
But just make sure you're not putting yourself upside down.
Yeah.
That's when working with a professional, working with your realtor should help you win.
Yes. Because you don't want the money pit either.
No.
You want to be able to, and this, again, goes to inspection, is that you want a fixer-upper, but you don't want a money pit. There's a fine line there.
Yeah. So just summing up kind of today's show, just the biggest thing I want you to walk away with right now is if you're thinking of buying a house, buy now. Start looking, get that team together and start moving now. Because number one, you have less competition. All right? And the fact that you have less competition, because not everybody's in that market yet, we know they're coming.
Yes.
25% more buyers this year than last year. So right now, you have the negotiation power better than you will once that whole market gets going.
Absolutely.
You got to get in the market. Start making your phone calls. Get your team together. Call me, call Nancy, call whoever your realtor is, and get things moving for you. Because I think that's the biggest aspect if you are looking to buy this year, is you need to be out and ahead of this before everybody realizes, oh, winter's over. Oh, I need to go look at houses.
Yeah. Oh, let me start looking at houses now. Well, you've got your team in place. You've got your pre-approval. While they're dilly-dallying around, you're ready to buy.
You're ready to buy. And that's going to make all the difference.
Huge difference.
For you moving forward. All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie today. As always, check us out online at getrealwitheddie.com. When you're there, hit subscribe, like, share, all those fun stuff. We're growing the podcast channels, by the way.
Awesome.
So you can go to getrealwitheddie.com and download us as a podcast if you'd like. So check that out. But don't forget to check it out, getrealwitheddie.com, talking about your largest investment, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, talking about your home.
Thanks for listening. Eddie Ruettiger is the designated managing broker and owner of Exit Real Estate Specialists, located at 2750 Caton Farm Road, Joliet. License number 481014247. For questions, call Eddie at 815-823-5478.